Hello everyone and welcome to another chemistry lab. Today we will be finally making something explode. Yes, the moment you've been waiting for. But many of you have gotten this class confused with a pyrotechnic class. No, we don't just make explosions in chemistry. So here's how this lab's going to work. We're going to have multiple generators, the first one being a hydrogen gas generator. And we're going to produce hydrogen gas inside of here. The second generator is going to be an oxygen generator. We'll produce oxygen inside of here. And we'll be collecting those two gases inside of the pipette bulb. So we've just cut the stem off. Now to this pipette bulb, we're going to be doing the least scientific thing during this experiment, and that is drawing 5 lines to cut this pipette bulb up into 6 different sections. Yeah, we didn't really measure the distance between these lines. We're just hoping that they're relatively the same distance apart. Inside of the hydrogen generator, there are going to be 2 reactants that go in there. The first one is going to be zinc. The second one is going to be hydrochloric acid. So we're going to be placing mossy metal zinc. It's solid zinc, just kind of in clumps. And we will fill it up about halfway and then just carefully cap this, as we will be putting more in here in just a moment. Into the oxygen generator, again, we will pull the top off, and then we are going to be adding into it some active dry yeast. Again, not the most scientific thing, but we are just going to be adding enough yeast to kind of cover the bottom. Give it a little shake to make sure it covers. And now we will start adding the liquids. So as I mentioned, for the hydrogen generator, we're going to be adding in hydrochloric acid. We'll be using 3 molar, and we'll cap that. Make sure it's on, set it off to the side. We can tell that there's a reaction happening because we see bubbles, and that's going to create zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. And then in the oxygen generator, we see another reaction happening. We put hydrogen peroxide in there, and that's creating oxygen bubbles and water. We'll light our Bunsen burner, and then we'll start to collect gases. So our first trial, we are only going to be collecting hydrogen gas. So we filled up this pipette bulb with water, and we're using displacement of gases to fill up the pipette bulb. And we see that there really isn't any noise with the hydrogen. So this time we're going to get 5 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. So once we've got our 5 parts of the hydrogen, we'll get our 1 part of the oxygen. And we're kind of getting some noise now. Not bad. This time we're going to do 4 parts hydrogen and 2 parts oxygen. And that is quite a doozy of a noise. So we're going to relight our Bunsen burner. That's pretty loud. I'm liking that. For the next trial, we're going to do 3 parts of hydrogen and 3 parts of oxygen. Hydrogen generator is filling up very well still. We're collecting a lot of hydrogen gas very quickly. The oxygen generator is going a little bit slower. These generators do run out of steam. They run out of reactants as time goes on. Ooh, another good bang, but I would say that the 4-2 trial was definitely the loudest. So I'm going to adjust my data table and make the 4-2 the loudest, while the 3-3 is going to be pretty loud. So now we're going to get 2 hydrogen and 4 oxygen. I'm speeding this up a little bit to collect the oxygen faster. And again, we get a decent pop, but really not anything fantastic. Let's do 1 part hydrogen and 5 parts oxygen. Again, speeding this up to collect the oxygen a little bit faster. And not much of anything at all for that one. Now finally, we're just going to do all oxygen and no hydrogen, again sped up to collect the oxygen a bit faster and not make this video super long. And not much noise at all. So we've got our data table complete. This is what we are going to do. We're going to take a look and see which bang was the loudest, and that's going to be our 4 hydrogen to 2 oxygen, and we're going to collect that in a pipette bulb. And once we've got that collected, we are going to take it over to our launcher, And in this launcher, we push our little button here. It's connected by a wire and it makes a spark, and that's going to ignite our hydrogen and oxygen to create water. It's going to be a combustion reaction. So we've got our 4 hydrogen. This oxygen generator is really going slowly. We'll speed this up and get our 2 oxygen. We'll load it up onto our launcher. Adjusting. This adjustment time is not good because I am going to be having gases potentially escaping. Really need to do this a lot faster, but we'll line it up. Ooh, close, just short. Take a little walk of shame to pick up the pipette bulb. Look at that, everybody. I've got my goggles on. We're safe. And we're going to do another trial. Collect my gases again. I had to reset the oxygen generator because it was very low and going too slowly. And through the uprights. Thank you, everybody, for watching this lab. Please make sure you answer your questions and have a good one.